At this point, Donald Trump is just fucking with people. Like, he is purposely picking the most unqualified, shit-stained ass people that he can find to be in his cabinet. Next up, Pete Hegseth, plucked by the orange Jabba the Hutt to be the new head of the United States military. Now, this would be all funny if it was an episode of The Apprentice, but it ain't. It ain't an episode of The Apprentice. It's the Oval Office in real life. And some of y'all are so cynical about politics, and rightfully so, that y'all think they really don't do shit anyway, so it don't fucking matter. But then I ask you, who got y'all them stimmy checks? The government. The fact that you can drink tap water without getting typhoid, or you can throw that turkey in the oven and trust the sell-by date. I mean, these things happen for a reason. It ain't fucking magic. But to appoint a bunch of buffoons that are no more qualified than me and who traffic in white nationalist conspiracy theories to the White House is just asinine. So now, his choice to head the entire military, Pete Hegseth. This motherfucker's own mama knows he's a piece of shit. In this leaked email obtained by the New York Times from his dear mother, she just straight lays into old Pete. He says in part in her email, on behalf of all of the women, and I know there are many, that you have abused in some way, I say get some help and take an honest look at yourself.
Stop it. Get some help.
She also wrote, I have no respect for any man that belittles, lies, cheats, sleeps around, and uses women for his own power and ego. You are that man, and you have been for years. And as your mother, it pains me and embarrasses me to say that. But it is the sad, sad truth. I mean, look, dude, what better reference do you need than somebody's own mama calling him trash? Not to mention the 3 baby mamas and all of the drunken escapades. The New Yorker recently released a report on Hegseth's time at the CVA, the Concerned Veterans of America, a Koch brothers production. But anyway, the report goes on to describe Pete's penchant for drunken benders. The report goes on to state, quote, the whistleblower report makes extensive allegations, describes several top managers being involved in drunken episodes, including an altercation at a casino hotel Christmas party at which food was thrown from the balcony. Hegseth, it says, was seen drunk at multiple CVA events between 2013 and 2015. One of them said of Hegseth, I've seen him drunk so many times. I've seen him dragged away not a few times, but multiple times. To have him at the Pentagon would be scary. Adding, when those of us who worked at the CVA heard he was being considered for the SecDef, for the Secretary of Defense, it wasn't no, it was hell no, according to the complaint. One such CVA event in Virginia Beach on Memorial Day weekend in 2014, Hegseth was totally sloshed and needed to be carried to his room because he was so intoxicated. The following month, during an event in Cleveland, Hegseth had gone with his team to a bar around the corner from the hotel, was described as completely drunk in a public place. And this is just some of the stuff that's surrounding this Hegseth dude. And he's just really not even qualified for the position. And so this is your boy Trump. You have to look at this. Why is he picking these unqualified people that always seem to have charges of sex crimes against them and shit? But Trump don't give a fuck. He just look at it oh yeah, he's ex-military. He's got great hair.
I moved on her like a bitch.
He's a perv like me.
Grab him by the pussy. Hello, how are you?
I mean, I remember back in the day, General Petraeus and Obama having some issues, and I don't even think they like each other to this day. But Trump is the only president in you and my entire lifetime to have a trained line of generals and officials that he worked with calling him either extremely corrupt, lazy, and just straight up stupid, which we already know, or you should anyway. So at my age, I have about 30 years of Trump as a public figure, before he ran for president. And I honestly don't think he could run a fucking hot dog stand. The history of him squandering his father's empire and Trump Sr. enabling his constant failures by bailing him out is well documented. Why the fuck do people keep believing this genius entrepreneur narrative? Because it just ain't fucking true. And people keep walking around saying this dumb shit like, oh, he's better for the economy, when the real world facts don't prove it. And the reason I think this is because you keep hearing it. Okay, listen, I keep telling you. Let's go back. Let's go over it again. What is the first thing they teach you when you go to dictator school? This is studied and proven historical facts. What do they teach you? Just keep saying it. What is the first thing they teach you at dictator school? Just keep saying it. Keep saying it. Facts be damned. Some really smart people will expose the lies, but it don't fucking matter. Just keep fucking saying it. Power through. Keep saying it. Power through. History is our greatest teacher, and we have to start listening to her. This shit ain't rocket science, man. Really, it ain't. You just got to be paying attention. Like, pay attention to the people he's trying to push through to positions of power. See, this is when you can lose focus and not see the truth. Just like most of y'all that support Trump didn't even know that in his first term, he appointed one of Jeffrey Epstein's lawyers to his cabinet. It's like, you know, with some of y'all, it's like watching a close friend of yours who has a wife that like treats him like shit and be cheating on him. And then you try to tell him you got like video evidence, hotel receipts. And then he like, man, anybody can do a deep fake nowadays, man. You just hating because everything good over here. And shit. And my baby gave me a stimmy check. My baby gave me a stimulus check. You just hating. Sad, bro. It is sad. It's really fucking sad. But y'all keep saying that he ain't gonna do the things that he said that he will. But y'all don't even know what he said. That's the problem. And if I do point it out, then y'all just gonna go into Ed 209 defense mode and start spraying around whataboutisms and claiming this fake news and claiming he ain't gonna bring back stop and frisk to every state.
To qualify for this new funding and all other Justice Department grants, I will insist that local jurisdictions return to proven common sense policing measures, such as stop and frisk. Very simple. You stop them and you frisk them.
Or he's not going to seek the death penalty for drug dealers.
Sir, I heard you want the death penalty for drug dealers. Why?
Well, you know, I'd like to end the drug epidemic, if that's okay. Remember this, and I said it. Every drug dealer, on average, kills 500 people.
That's going to be a tough one, though, by the way, if he actually tried to pull that off. But fuck it. He said it. And that's just fucking bananas republic that y'all voted for, dude, that y'all don't even fucking know for real. Oh, he's not going to put the military in the hood to keep us darkies in line. Oh, he ain't going to do it.
People from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. And I think they're and it should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
All right. Problem is, black people that voted for him or stayed home and hoped that Kamala would lose never heard Trump say any of this shit. And that to me is just fucking weird. We have to start watering our algorithm with some nourishment, man. Like, the internet is not all just fun and games. It's a powerful educational tool if you allow it to be. And if you were using it right, then you would know this already. You will be paying attention to these weirdos he's trying to appoint. No other president in you or my lifetime has ever assembled such a trash group of people. But the people that are celebrating Kamala's loss don't even know who these people are. They don't know their names, their horrific, racist backgrounds, and that's just sad. So maybe let me just let me just try to be nice here. So maybe Pete Hegseth, Trump's appointment for defense secretary, the top dog #1 position in all of the 4 branches of the world's most lethal fighting force and Space Force.
Space. Gonna be a lot of things happening in space.
Maybe Pete Hegseth is really a good dude. Like maybe he will get in there and he will finally do a legitimate investigation into the suspicious death of Lavena Lynn Johnson, a 19-year-old kid from my city of St. Louis. A cold case that's coming up on about 20 years now in this coming 2025. Of course, to this day, her death has been ruled a self-undoing. But when you look at this case, the autopsy report and photographs reveal Johnson had a broken nose, black eye, loose teeth, burns from a corrosive chemical on her genitals, and a gunshot wound to her mouth that seemed inconsistent with suicide. Several reporters have suspected that the chemical burns were the result of attempts to destroy DNA evidence of a sexual assault. Additionally, bloody footprints were discovered outside of her living quarters. Now, I don't know, maybe Trump wants to approve old Greasy Pete so he can finally get to the bottom of this and other unsolved cases like that in the military that go unheard. In parting, and also in the memory of Miss Johnson, only 19 years old at the time of her death, I would like to point you to a piece by YouTube channel Dreading Crime and Psychology. They do a really good deep dive into this black girl's murder that, as of this video, is still unsolved. Maybe Trump appointed Pete Hegseth to solve this tragedy and others like it on U.S. military bases all around the country. But I fucking doubt it. So check out the piece on Miss Johnson over at Dreading. I'll put the link in the description. And listen, boosting citizen journalism for good can actually help to pressure some of these cold cases back open again. Lavena Johnson and other women like her deserve our support, however we can give it. Because trust me, Trump's greasy lapdog is only going to make the situation worse. Anyway, man, that's my rant. That's all I got for now. This is JD at Giant TV. Love y'all, man. Out.
It's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
No, that's good. That's why he's a great politician.
Yeah, you niggas will be all right.